Morning guys, David here from Celtic Barks, albeit it's back to front, you get the idea. Just a quick little video to say welcome to the new members and followers of our page or group, depending on where you're seeing this. And if you haven't already, get over to Facebook, Staffy Training Help Group, get in there, become part of Team Staffy. Right, so just a little video to touch on a few things that we've had inquiries, questions about over the last few days. It's just easier to address it in a video than a long ream of comment. Bear with me because the weather is horrendous. If you haven't guessed, I'm here in South Wales. I know some of the guys in Team Staffy aren't from this area. Just a nice walk in the beautiful Welsh countryside. But with that comes the beautiful Welsh weather. I'm up the valleys, I am, but right. Anyway, joking aside, so the main one we've had recently is crate training. So whenever you speak to anyone, dog owner, dog trainer, behaviourist, walker, impressionist, they're always going to have different views, different opinions. So this is just my view, opinion, experience, whatever you want to call it. So crate training, I would say, is an absolute must. It helps out with so many things. So for argument's sake, your dog gets spayed or neutered, needs to go in a bed for rest because it can't be jumping around. If you haven't crate trained, you've then got the task of trying to stop them jumping up on the sofa, doing anything too active, jumping up on guests when they come to visit, which could obviously cause more injuries, tear stitches, all that good stuff. That set aside, it's another good, safe place for your dog. A lot of people misconstrue it and use it wrong, putting the dog in the crate as a punishment. They do something wrong in the house, it's grab hold of them, get in your bed. That's the worst thing you can do, because all that does is negatively reinforce that crate, and it makes it 10 times harder to then show that that's a safe place for your dog. The only thing I would say about crate training, and it's a bit counterintuitive to all the rest of the type of things you train with a dog, i.e. loose lead pulling, recall, all that good stuff, is crate training. Get my words out. Sorry, I'm walking up a massive hill, out of breath. Crate training is one of the things you sort of need to rush through to begin with, which, like I said, is counterintuitive. If you were to bring a puppy home or an adopted dog, you don't know the temperament, or you want to start the basics straight away, crate training is one of those you pretty much have to address the first day. All I would say is take it bit by bit, plan that time on the first day to do that crate training. My advice would be, don't go straight into it. Take that dog out in the garden, take it for a walk, burn off all that residual energy so that they're not like a coiled spring and a bag of beans. Once you come back, get their treats, albeit high value is probably better, cheese, sausage, whatever the dog likes, and just sit with the crate open, throw a treat in there, and then use your reward marker. So whether that be praise, a clicker, I tend to use a clicker. I find them really good, and they're always a good distinctive noise. They're not interpreted by your mood or like me being out of breath now. That's not going to change. So keep positively reinforcing with a treat as they go in, treat, come back out, and just gradually build that up. So they go back in, close the door, count to 1, 2, let them out, build it up, build it up. Before long, they'll be comfortable enough to know that's their safe space. Another thing I've seen in regards to crate training, which is a massive no personally for me and never happens, is that's their safe space. So if you've got young children, do not please let them in that crate. I know the photo opportunities are lovely and it does look funny, but at some point that dog is not going to be happy sharing that with their bed with a young child. And obviously there's a massive potential there for a dog to react unpredicted and bite, which is the last thing we want, especially when it can be avoided. That's just one from me. The also good thing is, if you have a crate in the house and your boyfriend or girlfriend is doing your head in, you can chuck them in there as well, that's all right, and you've got my permission on that one. But other than that, guys, like I said, it's different horses for different courses. Everyone's got different views and opinions. I personally rate crate training, and I think it's just looked at in the wrong light. It's certainly not a punishment. Just think of it as a bedroom for your dog where they can take themselves away. And then once they're implemented, start using that to teach what we call the off switch. So if you go out for a good walk, dogs are tired, take them back, keep them in routine, put them straight into their crate and let them sleep for 1 to 2 hours. They'll then learn, after exercise, time to switch off, leave mum and dad alone, they're not disturbed, and then that will obviously mitigate any future issues with such things like separation anxiety and all that good stuff. Just touching on this briefly, I'm not going into detail, but if anyone wants any further advice regarding crate training or any behavioural issue or anything like that, by all means comment on this video, chuck a comment in the group, on the page, wherever you might be seeing this video. And yeah, have a good weekend and an awesome Sunday. So guys, all the best.